In this dark future, most cities have been abandoned because of war and environmental damage. A harsh military government, called the regime, now controls everything. Any child under 18 is taken from their family and sent to a military academy, where they're brainwashed and trained to fight. Out in the forest, Waze is running around when she spots a bird sitting in a tree. She pulls out her slingshot and aims, but instead of shooting, she reaches out her hand and softly whispers a word from an indigenous language. The bird flies away. Her mother, Niska, asks why she didn't kill it. Waze says she just wanted to listen to it. They keep walking, but Waze gets distracted by the scenery and accidentally steps into a bear trap. Niska rushes to help, removes the trap, wraps the wound, and helps Waze limp back home. Their home turns out to be an abandoned vehicle they've turned into a shelter. That night, Niska notices the wound won't stop bleeding. Then she hears a strange sound and looks outside to see a drone approaching. She tells Waze to stay quiet and steps out with her gun. Moving carefully, Niska finds the right moment and shoots the drone down. After it crashes, she shoots it a few more times to be safe. Knowing more drones will come, Niska quickly packs their belongings and sets their shelter on fire before escaping with Waze. They travel through the woods, and Waze keeps complaining about the pain in her leg, but Niska pushes her to keep moving so they won't get caught. When they reach a river, they find their boat and row away. They travel all day and night, finally reaching a war-torn city by morning. Niska tells Waze that no one can see her face. She ties a bandana around it and makes her keep her hood up. As they sneak through the streets, loudspeakers announce that hiding children is illegal and that the age for forced recruitment has been lowered to just 4 years old. When they try to enter an abandoned house, a neighbor spots them and realizes Waze is a child. Niska pulls out her knife, ready to defend herself. But the man quickly says he means no harm. He reveals that he's been hiding his own son, Trey. Niska warns him that everyone should stay to themselves. Later that night, while Niska sleeps, Waze sneaks outside and meets Trey. She follows him to a small garden, where he shows her a broken drone. He says it's been dead for a long time, but Waze hears a strange sound and thinks it's still alive. Suddenly, the drone powers up. Niska rushes in just in time and smashes it. She grabs Waze and drags her back inside. Not long after, soldiers called the Jingos arrive and try to take Trey away. Trey and his father insist he's 18, but the Jingos scan his wrist and confirm he's only 15. They take Trey, and when his father tries to stop them, they kill him. Sometime later, Niska and Waze arrive at a street market in the slums. Guards are nearby, so they move carefully. Huge screens play nonstop propaganda for the regime, and Niska is heartbroken to see her old friend Pierre supporting it. Suddenly, drones fly over the market and drop food rations. The crowd rushes to grab whatever they can, but Niska keeps Waze hidden. While everyone is distracted, Niska takes her to home of her old friend Rob Barra. Rob Barra hugs Niska and remembers Waze from when she was little. To keep Waze busy, she lets her feed the cat. In the kitchen, Niska tells Rob Barra that Waze needs medicine because her wound is infected. Rob Barra explains that the Jingos now control the clinics, making it dangerous. Niska then brings up Pierre, revealing he's Rob Barra's son. Rob Barra shows Niska a photo of Pierre graduating from the academy and quietly says that maybe Waze should go there too. That way, Waze would get citizenship and a better life. But Niska refuses. She can't imagine living without her daughter. The next morning, Niska wakes up to the sound of Jingo cars rolling into the market. The officers start checking everyone on the streets, and Niska panics because Waze is sick and her condition is getting worse. Rob Barra points out that the Jingos could actually save her. Niska makes a quick decision. She tells Waze she'll get her medicine and goes outside. She tells the officers that there's a miner inside and then runs away while they take Waze to the military academy. Once she's in a private spot, Niska breaks down in tears. 10 months later, Niska is living in a rundown apartment. She's made friends with the locals and shares food rations with anyone in need. She works at the market during the day, where her new friend Randy shows up. He says he's found a way to help them and asks her to meet him later. After work, Niska visits a memorial fence outside the academy, where people honor the kids taken by the Jingos. She cries and adds Waze's favorite toy to the memorial. When she gets home, she notices a Jingo searching her building for a group that attacked the academy. Meanwhile, Waze is now at the academy. She follows all the orders and trains with the other kids. Selection day is coming soon. A few kids will be sent to Emerson State, but when it's time to recite the pledge, Waze refuses to say the words. She secretly keeps updating a map of the academy hidden in her bed. One night, she hears a girl being taken away and worries when the girl doesn't return. Later, Niska meets Randy at a bar. He explains he's found someone who can reprogram their IDs to get them citizenship. At first, Niska isn't interested. Living in Emerson means dealing with upper-class people she doesn't like. But Randy convinces her by pointing out that this would let her see Waze again. That afternoon, Niska goes back to Memorial and falls asleep. In the evening, she wakes up to find a wild horse nearby. She gently approaches it and calms it down. Seeing other horses tied up, she tries to bring the lost one over. At that moment, she hears a voice and discovers Charlie, who's giving instructions through a laptop and microphone. Then, two adults sneak out of the academy with some children. Niska thinks they're kidnapping the kids and rushes to stop them, but the men quickly overpower her and put a bag over her head. Hours later, they remove it, and she finds herself in a dark room. Her captors explain that she's in Cree territory. Niska speaks a little of the language and reveals she's Cree too. This group has been rescuing children from the academy during night raids. Ida, the leader, asks Charlie to check Niska's story. They want to see if she can help them. Niska is then brought to a bonfire, where Charlie is telling her story to the others. She meets the elder, who says a guardian from the north was destined to save them, and they believe Niska is that guardian. The group celebrates the rescued kids with music and a good meal. That night, Niska sneaks out to explore the camp. She finds a tent full of children, and seeing them makes her cry. Ida finds her, and Niska explains Waze's situation. Ida is impressed Niska kept her child hidden for so long and welcomes her to the community. The next morning, Niska wants to go home, but the locals warn her Waze is in danger. The academy pretends to be educational, but is actually training kids to become Jingo puppets. They offer to rescue Waze and bring her to Niska, but in return, they want to guide all the rescued children to a safe zone up north, a place Niska thinks is a myth. The group insists it's real and says they need someone who knows how to survive in the wild. Niska protests. The journey would take 3 weeks, and she can't keep the kids hidden from drones that long. Leo tells her she needs to get Waze out now. If she's sent to Emerson, the brainwashing can't be undone. Niska bursts out in frustration. Leo doesn't understand why she wants Waze to stay away from the Jingos. Niska explains that the Jingos have food, medicine, and education, but she still wants her daughter safe with her. Then she runs away. Leo tells Ida that Niska probably isn't the guardian, but Ida thinks she just needs more time. At the military academy, Waze sees the missing girl return, clearly traumatized. She also notices a bird perched on the fence and tries speaking to it in the Cree language. The bird flies in front of her for a moment before leaving. That night, Waze waits until everyone is asleep, then picks her lock and sneaks out of her room. But as soon as she runs outside, the alarm goes off, and the guards quickly catch her and lock her in a cell. The next morning, Niska comes back to her building and is horrified. Her favorite neighbor is dead. Looking around, she sees even more bodies. Randy finds her, covers her face, and explains that there's a virus in the area. He says the borders are closing tonight, so they need to get their new IDs and leave quickly. At the market, loudspeakers announce a mandatory evacuation and tell everyone to head to the departure point. They find Robera, whose house has been raided. She's sure the government poisoned the food rations. Randy says they can take her to a shelter, but she can't cross the border with them. As they try to leave the city, a guard spots them and forces them to follow him. They're handcuffed, checked for the virus, and shoved onto a bus. Randy has a smoke bomb and tells Niska to wait for his signal to run out the back. Niska insists Robera comes with them. Meanwhile, Robera notices that one of the Jingos is Pierre and tries to reach him, but the guards point guns at her and push her back. Randy throws a smoke bomb and runs to the back, but Robera rushes to the front, hoping to see her son. A Jingo tries to stop her, and Niska jumps on him, choking him with the handcuffs. A second Jingo is about to shoot her, but Randy comes back and stabs him. Once both guards are down, the trio grabs a gun and rushes outside. Robert approaches Pierre slowly. He points his gun at her, confused, and she tries to connect with him. But Pierre insults her with political jargon and shoots her instantly. Randy tries to help, only for another Jingo to shoot his hand. Suddenly, Jingos start dropping dead. Niska realizes Leo and Simone have come to rescue her. They say a few traditional words to say goodbye to Robera. Niska finally understands Leo was right about the brainwashing and agrees to help. She bandages Randy and apologizes for leaving him, then leaves with her rescuers. During the car ride, Niska notices they pass checkpoints without any trouble. Leo explains he has a password because his father is an energy diplomat. He also knew about the virus and reveals that Emerson is behind it. The Jingos plan to start a war and use the children as soldiers. Simone then tells Niska about the elder who prayed for 4 days and nights. She had a vision of giant swarms of mosquitoes and a stranger from the north who would come to save them. Meanwhile, Waze is taken out of her cell and sent back to her room. An instructor insults her heritage, calls her by the wrong name, Elizabeth, and mocks her people. Waze tries to deny everything, but the instructor shows her a video from 10 months ago of Niska telling the Jingos where to find her. Seeing it leaves Waze heartbroken. After that, Waze goes to weapons training and breaks the academy record for assembling a gun. Another girl accuses her of cheating and calls her a savage. Furious, Waze jumps on her and starts beating her up. The instructor watches, pleased, before finally stopping her. Then the instructor asks if anyone wants to challenge Waze, but no one steps up. She asks Waze if she's ready to fight for her country. When Waze says yes, the instructor announces that she'll be sent to Emerson tomorrow. For the first time, Waze recites the pledge along with everyone else. At the Cree camp, Niska crashes a private council meeting, desperate to start the raid. She asks why they're waiting. Ida explains that the Jingos built a new mining road overnight and are heading toward their camp. They need to move tonight. Niska insists she won't help unless they save Waze first, making the group wary. One of the elders gives a speech about sticking together, and the council agrees to act before the evacuation. That night, Charlie guides Niska and Leo through an earpiece so they can break into the academy through the sewers. When they reach the guard station, they wait until the man leaves. Leo uses a computer so Charlie can hack the system. He finds a girl's room and gives directions while unlocking all the doors remotely. Niska finally finds Waze, who accuses her of abandoning her. Niska, crying, apologizes, and they hug to reconcile. The guard returns and notices the hack, setting off the alarm. Jingo starts searching the hallways, and Leo has to fight and kill 2 guards to defend himself. Charlie spots more soldiers outside and warns the team that the Cree camp has been discovered. The troops are about to invade. Niska tells Leo there's no time to save the kids and tries to leave with Waze, but Waze senses something coming. Charlie sees it too and urges him to move. Leo asks Niska to save the kids while he distracts the Jingos. After saying traditional prayer, Leo runs down the corridor to confront a drone, but Niska gets there first and shoots it down. She tells Waze to get all the kids out while Charlie locks doors to slow the guards. Waze remembers a map she made and guides the group to a safe exit. Back at the Cree camp, everyone is packing when they see soldiers approaching. Ida orders Simone to lead the people in her place while she waits for the kids and gives an encouraging speech. When the soldiers arrive, they demand surrender and throw gas bombs. The warriors throw the bombs back just as a truck arrives with Niska's group. They're surprised the soldiers let them pass, and Leo realizes it's a trap. Waze clutches her head because she hears a strange noise no one else can hear. Suddenly, the sky fills with drones, just like in the Elder's vision. Niska tries to get Waze to hide in the truck, but Waze runs out to confront the soldiers. She raises her hand and says the word she used on the birds, controlling a drone. Charlie realizes she is the real guardian as Waze makes the drones aim at the soldiers, forcing them to retreat. The Cree celebrate their victory, but one soldier is hiding in the tall grass. He tries to shoot Waze, and Niska jumps in as a shield. Someone quickly kills the soldier, and everyone rushes to check on Niska, who is slowly dying. They cover her with a blanket, and Waze cuddles her mother in her last moments. The drones form a circle of life around them as the scene ends. What did you think of this film? Let me know in the comments, and if you liked this recap, don't forget to like and subscribe for more.